Hi guys, Ryu here, and let's maybe fix this stock now, okay? My idea here is to create some kind of a two shock absorbers. So move this one a little bit further and, drill some holes maybe through it. This is not gonna be easy because that's the actually sub D mesh, so it's gonna be a bit of a hustle. So let's see, let's grab this stock and let's see what we can do in here. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the edge here. So Ctrl R in the middle, in here, right? Now grab both of them and Ctrl B, so they're gonna get beveled equally. So now we need to make sure that these openings here, the faces are more or less equal, okay? Because we're gonna cut it through. So what we're gonna do is go to pass through mode and press B and GG and move this one a little bit lower, and do the same with this one, GG, and move it a bit lower. And then we're gonna grab this one and move it a bit lower. Don't move it too close, just somewhere here. And grab this one and move it up. More or less should be equal. Now let's grab these squares, these faces and these faces, insert them and delete them. Alright, now let's grab these and bridge them. So edge loops and bridge, and grab this and right click, edge loops and bridge. Perfect. Now we got these two openings going through the mesh, right? Alright, so we can make it a little bit more oval, more circular, that's what I mean. So we could do is actually grab these four and these four, right? And let's see if this is gonna be possible. Actually, moving downwards is gonna be a bit easier, because what I want to do is I want to move this down so it becomes more of an circular shape, but I can't move it upwards because of this bevel here, you see? So we need to move it downwards instead, okay? So go to side view and GG, and let's try to move it down. Don't know if it's gonna work. GG. No, it won't. Okay, fine. We need to go along this face. So we're gonna do the same trick as before. Grab this face and create it a custom orientation. Let's actually move the bottom part of this geo on, I think, y-axis, yeah. So let's move it down. Let's actually move here so we can see GY, and let's move it down till it more or less becomes circular, and the same thing with this one. So grab this and G, Y, and move it down a little bit more. This one still needs to move more. It's not going to be super precise, but it's close enough. GY and move it down a little bit more. Nice, so we got these cuts in here. So what we can do now is we can actually grab a cylinder, and 50 is fine, rotate it and bring it in here, make it smaller. Maybe 50 is even too much, but it's okay. Let's go to the top view, bring cursor to origin, and then this one to cursor, and let's move it on x-axis. We can actually turn this off so we don't get confused. Go to back view, and now we need to, sort of fit it in more or less, okay, like this. And then actually we can copy it by Alt D needs, so Alt D and move it downwards. This will allow us to actually edit them at the same time. I'll explain how it works. If you copy with Shift D, when you change the let's say position or rotation of one of these, the other will not update. But you can see that even though I have selected this one, in edit mode it's actually selecting both of them because they're linked, okay? They're linked objects. So if I change one, see, the other one updates automatically. In object mode, this will not work, right? But in edit mode, it will. So I don't have to work on both of them. So if I move one, they both move, you see. However, if I do it in object mode, only one will move. So GX, and move it somewhere here so they're on the same distance. Now GX, and move both of them, and then GX, and make them larger, like this. Right, this one needs to move as well, okay? So we need to go back to this orientation, which is the last one, and select all these, okay? And we need to move it lower, so unfortunately we can't move it too low, but we can try. So G, Y, and move it a little bit lower. And let's move this one lower too, so GY, and move it here. We got a bit of a pinching in here. There's not much I can do about it. Well, I could technically scale this one down. So we could grab these verts, right, and simply GG and move them. Or G, actually, you know what? GY, it could work. Move them down here. So this bevel needs to go down. There's no other way to fix this because there's simply not enough place for these verts to move. So these verts are a little bit too low, so we need to move these. So GY, and there we go. That's fine. These are a bit too low actually, so GG, and move them a little bit higher here, and this should do. Perfect. Okay, nice. So the idea here is to create see, kind of like a absorbers that will absorb the shock of this of the kickback of the gun. So we can just keep editing one and the other one's gonna get updated. Let's save it and we can start working on it. So we could create some kind of cool mechanism in here. For an example, we could inset them a little bit, right, and then extrude them, then inset them just tiny bit and extrude them out, scale them, and in fact we're going to apply the scale. So they're linked, we can't do it. Fine. So let's actually do this and select these two faces. So GX, you know what, let's turn off this custom orientation because it's confusing. GX, don't pull it too far so the angle doesn't cause problems with shading. So GG, and move it a little bit this way, something like that. Perfect. And we can actually extrude it further, so GG and extrude it, maybe too long, SX, something like this. Maybe chamfer it too. It's gonna look a little bit more mechanical. Yeah, this is better, I think. Okay. And we can create some bolts inside, but we can do it later. So bring it to local, and can we do this actually with, maybe we don't have to boolean this, maybe we can just simply inset it or extrude it. So let's grab 4, and what we could do is simply inset it like this and extrude it inwards and scale it, and maybe it's gonna work. So we could run a loop in here. So EF, F, and another one on this side, and maybe we're gonna be fine. So something like this, you see, and this could run on both sides, which is completely fine. So create just a, a bit of a visual interest in here at the end. Nice, that looks pretty cool, I like it. And then we could actually create secondary padding on this rest, or we could simply add something cushy in here. So let's remove these two. Can we remove it? We should be able to. There we go. And we could add another loop, or maybe a few of them. Let's just insert 2 of them. Maybe like this, and this should do. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to subdivide these. And bevel this, and let's see. Scale this a little bit. I think this is not enough. We need to select this one too. So something like this. Okay, and now insert it. And now extrude it on X. Just a tiny bit, not much, tiny bit. And then scale it like this. There we go. That should do. In fact, this is, I think, a little bit too thick. So what we could do is simply grab these. So maybe go to W select and simply select them across like this. And GX and make it a little bit thinner. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's better. It was a little bit too thick. So now I got this padding on the and the absorbers. They're pretty cool. Next thing I think I want to do is create like a wrap for the handle and sort of maybe carve some shape in here and take care of this part because it looks a bit boring. So I'll catch you in the next video, guys.